Hey everyone. So a few days ago over on Twitch, I did a rewatch with the people in the chat. You can find my Twitch link in the description below, of SummerSlam 2019, of course, on WWE 2K19. And we sort of went through it, rewatched it all, gave my takes on certain things that went well, things that went wrong, things that could be better. And we all just rewatched it, reminisced, and had a bit of fun. What you're going to watch now are the highlights of that video, of that stream rather. There was a lot of fun, a lot of recollecting, a lot of reflecting. No tears, and a very awkward moment about halfway in. Enjoy the video, guys. See you soon. Beautiful intro. Fantastic.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SummerSlam.
Already.
It is the biggest stage of the summer.
I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Already, I wish I had the arena effect of my voice on. I only just realized that I don't have that. So there we go, that's a good start. It's that PNG of Okada, it's terrible quality. Come on, New Japan, take a decent picture. And that Tanahashi one. How did I used to think, oh, that looks good. Oh no, I'm not ready for this. I like how I just used the Ascension's Titantron on everyone. Oh no, that's Kevin Owens in the Ascension. Oh, nice size on that DCC. Couldn't have made it like, you know, 3 times as big. Braun be looking thick. He is a thick boy. DCC and Downfall just casually hanging out at ringside in separate standings. They're just talking through tactics, and why are they talking to each other? Your opponents, your rivals. Also, you could tell this is 2K19. That highlight reel cut went on for 15 seconds.
Stereo power bombs from Downfall.
Alright, that was actually quite neat. That was actually kind of neat. GG's AI, GG's. Oh, nice. That was me. That wasn't the AI, that was me. Go on. Okay, that's not me. Go on, Corbin. Go on, Sabin, yeah! Gets the shit beat out of him, gets thrown off the ladder. Do. Nice. If I didn't go through it, I wasted that spot. You sound almost unrecognized. He won in, he was just like, yeah, fuck, I can't bother to be King of the Ring. No, I did have more plans for Black after King of the Ring, but they never came to fruition. Finally! Finish could have been better, but okay. See, there we go. If this was me now, I would have been doing stuff to fill in the blanks for like the so like instead of just match ends next match, it would be we move on, you know, go backstage, something happens backstage, and then go back to the ring. When he was looking back at his old stuff, yeah, it's one of those things where like when you're not doing it, you don't think about it, and then you do, and you just think, wow, the transitions are a lot more awkward. So I'm supposed to believe just like that, like everyone just left the ring got cleaned up, and now we're ready for the next match. It just doesn't look as right. It looks weird. I know I was following the notes that I had on my Word document on this other monitor while I was recording, which would have been Blanchard hides behind Trifecta. And so I took that to mean Blanchard literally hides behind Trifecta. Oh, that's in sync. I only just noticed that's in sync. Oh, yes. I bet it's not in sync in 2K20. Nice attire. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
No one has been able to stop Ricochet. Kota Ibushi couldn't do it. No one has been able.
Kota Ibushi couldn't do it, so fucking no one could. It felt flat. It was more about telling a story. This was more like a part of the story than the end of it. Because the story ended at Survivor Series, really, with Ibushi beating Ricochet. And then, you know, most of the other matches, if not all of them, on this pay-per-view were feuds ending. This was a feud continuing. So that's why it feels different and off and flat. The real payoff was Survivor Series. WWE, I'm still waiting for my royalties for giving Rollins a gimmick so similar to the Savior. Pay up. I think the problem with this match, as I'm watching it right now, is that even though it was short, and I wanted to keep it short so the show didn't go too long, I should have had it go in 100 miles an hour. Like, it should have just been going bang, 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 and it's kind of not. It's going quite slow. Gulak took his shirt off. And Strong doesn't give a fuck. I love this. I'm gonna fight him. No, fuck you. That should have been a stare down between the two, then leading into that led into White hitting the Blade Runner. Hey, Gulak's getting up to his feet. Ibushi can fuck him up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's just say this isn't the only time the Velveteen Dream has been the dead man in wrestling. That's a fucking awkward cover. Oh my god.
It's a very early kick. Love to break it out. He
would love to break it out, me. He would love to break it out.
Into a purple rainmaker. And into a
this is so awkward to look back on. What I'd done if Dream was world champion, stripped him. I'm sure he would have liked that, you know. Someone a few years younger than him stripping him down. But this was a good rivalry. It's just, you know, it's a shame with the person in the turnbuckle right now is. If it was literally anyone else, I'd be looking back at this and be like, yeah, this was really cool. But it is just, I just look back at this and it's just, oh, it's just so awkward.
He takes the soul of the Velveteen Dream and he leaves victorious.
Oh, well, I thought that was a good line in August. There he is.
Look what he's done to other men in the past. Look what he's done to John Cena. He's retired.
Look what he did to the kid that he kidnapped, who was Arya Davari.
This man.
Oh, and Corin turns over. He's like, I'm fucking taking no 5 knuckle. Oh, I'm taking the 5 knuckle shot for them, man. It's like every day when there was a new episode. Yeah, hell. Never gonna ever go back to doing that again. I quite like having a life. I need to come up with a name for this move.
1, 2, yes!
Loser! Carter versus Corin is the Zayn versus Owens. I like that analogy. The title is on his dick. And see, Kingpin has distracted you. You can't stop checking it. It was a 2-for-1.
It is an all-important question to
You wanted everyone to see his fish fillet. Look, the only reason you're saying it's on its cock is because you're just thinking about Bobby Fish's penis. I'm not to blame for this. You are. I like the idea that with these guys' food, that they just, yeah, that's it. That they just know each other so well, they can just counter one another. Like they always seem to know what each other are going for. Seth Rollins was the Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother. Is that a Big 4 pay-per-view I see? I'm main eventing it. It's not that I try to sound young. It's that when I yell, my bass kind of disappears. It happens to anyone. When you raise your voice, you get higher in pitches. And unfortunately, that's what happens. Because if I try to talk in this voice on commentary, it'd be dreadful. It'd be crap. It'd be dull and lifeless. So I have to raise my voice up, which in turn means I sound like a 12-year-old boy. That's why I put a lot of gravel in a lot of stuff that I say. So then it's not shouting, if that makes sense. Oh. Oh, nice angle. Rainmaker! Heyman he's doing the DCC. Fish's moveset is great. I barely change anything in it. Same with O'Reilly. O'Reilly and Fish have really well-designed movesets. Like we were on about Owens and Zayn, that kind of match that you can always do and it'll always have a reaction to it. I think Fish and Okada is 100% up there. That is a cool counter. Rainmaker! Fuck, is a replay. Maker! 2 stars. Okada matches are genuinely easy as piss, by the way. Just as a little heads up, Okada matches are super easy to do. You just have a match go on for a bit, and then say Rainmaker.
Here comes the big shot.
Can we get some ooh-ahs in chat? Thank you very much. Subs, can we get some high society reigns? Much appreciated. Oh, yes. Oh, those ooh-ahs. You love to see it. Magic hands Reigns. This is how you get him over, Vince. I adore his title entrance in 2K20. It's so good. That was the longest match I've ever done. Okada Rollins. 71 minutes. And about 3 hours to record. I always like matches like with this type. Like with Tanahashi, you know, I brought it up when he was coming out about how he's out of his comfort zone. And I like that. I like that kind of stuff. It's quite cool. We've got empty seats. I was told this was a sellout. I wish the circle for the being down was in a different location. Like it being right where Reigns is laying really just ruins the drama. Like you can't see Reigns laying down because there's a massive circle. Somewhere in the punch. Ooh ah! Ooh ah! You love to hear it. It's a triple threat. High fly flow. I remember why he picks him up here. I'll explain in a second. Tanahashi picked him up because the match was the counter glitched, and so I couldn't pick up. So I couldn't get up his Reigns. And I couldn't be bothered to restart the match and get everyone bloody and then bring all the weapons back in and break the barricades, so I just had him pick him up. In kayfabe, he didn't think he had done enough. I think I wanted an OMG counter here and I didn't get it. Oh no, I did! It's the problem with last man standing matches when you're doing that 10 count, is you can't create drama from the guy who's standing there. He just stands there. Like in real life, you know, they're gasping for breath or whatever. They're watching and they're like almost like counting with him. In the game, the guy just stands there awkwardly for like 25 seconds. Also, ooh ah! 2 to go. I fucking forgot about that. I jumped.
The film production 816.
Why did I say his name with so much veracity? Yeah, 816 is doing this one. I'm not. Did I cry while I was recording? No. The drama isn't there. The moment isn't there because you're making the moment, if that makes sense. When you're at commentary, you got the headset on, you got your mic in front of you, you're watching it, you are immersed into it. And you're ready to go. That's it. So it's like, when I was recording, I was like, that was a great match. When I did the commentary, and it was that moment where it happened, and it was just kind of like, it's being recorded, and now it's happened. So no, recording it, I didn't tear up or anything, but on commentary, yeah, I did. I know the struggles Film is going through with this one right now because this entrance is so long. I would honestly, and I'm allergic to it, I would rather drown a bottle of vodka than watch my first episode. And no, I'm not downing a bottle of vodka. I felt like this match got underappreciated at the time because everyone was getting worn out and everyone was getting ready for the main event. So unfortunately, this match kind of got slept on. I really like this match. Film did a fantastic job. Yeah, and the other thing as well is with that Supreme is if I put on like White and Ricochet here, it's you know, it's a piss break match. So now I do the Wrestle Kingdom strategy, which is just big match. I prefer Okada Corin, but at the same time, I look back with admiration for Fish and O'Reilly. Like around that time, there was so much shit. Fish and O'Reilly was the golden nugget in amongst all the turds. Actually, no, there were 2 golden nuggets in amongst all that turds, and the other one was Seth Rollins. Their last match was 2 and something years old. And it's still talked about, and they're still over as fuck. I like the camera angle I do on this one as well. I'm like a fucking director. I really like this. Yeah, that angle looked really cool. Oh, here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Go on! Yeah! CJ. It's time. I've watched this match in full once since the premiere. I've watched this promo a few times though. Do I think anyone will come close to that reign? Not in the foreseeable future.
Johnny Gargano, who will create history?
Chills. Do I regret Gargano winning? Not in a million years. This is one of those ones where you knew it had to happen, but because Rollins had beaten so many others, there was doubts in people's mind that it would go wrong. The Rollins would retain. Also, I didn't add this in. The crowd fucking booed this loud in game, and it was perfect. Gargano's reign is more about the journey there than him being champion, because the journey there would eclipse anything he do as champion. Since if Naito didn't win, he would have been done. Yeah, exactly. I think there's still so much left to do now with Gargano and ECW title, whereas if he had just had a long reign, there wouldn't have been. So I think made it better as well was that we never got a rematch. I like that we never did. I like that I never did that. Well, I say never got, but I like that I didn't do a rematch. Like if Rollins would have been like, oh yeah, you beat me once, but can you do it again? No, he did it once and the moment was fucking huge, and it will remain fucking huge. He did say that it's hard to make feuds without Rollins being the top guy. Yeah, it is. It was always hard to do feud on ECW because Rollins is the ace. So yeah, it was like if I was trying to make a main feud on ECW when Rollins was champion, it kind of had to revolve around Rollins. It just wouldn't have the same oomph. And the only time it did is when Rollins was out, and it was Gargano Ciampa for the one time. I thought about it, because like I was thinking about like the ideas in my head, and I was like, if Rollins and Corin happened, and I did it at Mania, would it kind of need to be the main event of Mania? Absolutely, it would be the main event. I kind of agree, just because of how huge it is. Oh, nice. That looks good.
Cover from Rollins to retain that title. Oh, so close again.
I reckon if I had downed about 4 beers by the time we got to this match, I'd probably cry again. Is it just me, or is the 2K control system easier than the 2K19 one? It can be. It can be, Blaze. There are elements where it is actually a little bit more helpful. But then there's like trying to do a running signature. And say you want to counter a running signature. That's so tough to do with 2 controllers. But there are bits where you're like, hey, this is actually a little bit more helpful. People started getting pissed in the chat at this point.
Move to go. 1 move left. Curb stomp.
They didn't want to believe it. They didn't want to believe it. I had just pulled the fucking dirty on them.
As 1, 2, 3, no!
Psych! This is the forearm story. So to go off of this, just to fill in the blanks, it was covered a little bit in the promo. On ECW, Rollins said to Gargano, hit me like a man, be a man. So Gargano forearmed him twice. And Rollins knocked him down and basically just said, you're weak, you're pathetic, you're nothing. And then they did it during the match, and every time Rollins forearmed him, Gargano was going down. And then this point in the match, after having survived the punishment he had taken, he finally knocked him down with a forearm. And this is now where it happens. This is now where Rollins is done. Gargano just knocked him off his feet. Rollins told him to knock him off his feet, and he finally did.
Gargano in, up on the shoulders, ProJaked. The very move that he was betrayed with at the Royal Rumble. The very move of Tommaso Ciampa. And he leads in. Gargano escape. Is this the one? Brooklyn on their feet. They are at fever pitch. It's locked in. Is there any fight out for Rollins? Oh my God!
Fair play. It still has oomph. It's got oomph. I'll give it that. No tears though. Maybe I could have shown a shot of like Rollins down the floor as like a holy shit, like him realizing it's over. But that's I like the animations I used.
ECW champion.
Listen to how much it cracks when I say Gargano.
At SummerSlam.
I remember
After
this.
almost 2 years, there is a new ECW champion. He is Johnny Champion. He is Johnny Gargano.
It's great. It's great. It's great. I look back at that and I just think there's not a fucking thing I would change. That is almost a year old. It turns a year old in like 3 weeks or whatever. And it still has that impact. It still feels awesome. Rollins Okada 2 was arguably a better match, but it didn't have the passion, the story, the everything about it that this had. Like, you know, Okada Rollins was a great match, but you expected it to be a great match. This was just, it was more than a match. That was a great time. There were parts of that where I'm like, well, you know, that was a bit wonky. That was a bit, that could have done that better. But all in all, year on, yeah, that's still the best thing I've ever made. And it's going to take something special, I think, from WrestleMania to top it. That was a great time.